What's up, everybody? Welcome back to React the Garden of Sinners. Tonight on episode, or movie, 6. I don't even know the name of it yet. We're not even that far yet, but I know it's the one right after the 5th one, Paradox Spiral. So, basically what's going on? That's a great question. Basically, last movie was great. I really liked the last movie. Also, fun fact, I just started Fate Zero in between last movie and this movie here. So, now, in the Nasuverse special, I've seen the first 5 Garden of Sinners, Fate Zero episode 1, and then now I'm watching this movie 6 right now, right? So it's all starting to come into focus a little bit. That, of course, is another reaction series that you can check out on the channel. Shout out other reaction series. But yeah, so that's kind of fun how, like, I don't know, like, things are, I'm in Fate Zero, and I'm like, it makes a little bit extra sense just because we've already been introduced to some of the ideas here in Garden of Sinners, but I'll hold my tongue on most of that. Let me just boom. Okay, we're gonna start with the comments. We had a really good discussion on the Discord. Shout out the Discord. In the description, you can join it if you so desire. We had a really good discussion in the Discord the other day about a lot of Garden of Sinners stuff that I think I'm not gonna recap it all in the video here. But I think I have a much more solid foundation for, like, the magic versus the origin versus science versus whatnot, right? I don't know. There's, like, a lot to be said about all of that, and I'll bring it up as kind of necessary. But that's just to say we're starting to piece things together. It's starting to all make sense a little bit. I think my favorite thing. Let me start with this. I think my favorite thing about this movie 5, was it gave, like, a goal. It gave, like something we're pursuing. I feel like the movies up to this point, it's like, I don't really know why we're doing things, right? I mean, it's like, the closest thing to a motivation has been, like, Mikia's obsession over Shiki. I mean, that's been a big part of a couple of the movies, right? Where it's like, he wants to get closer to Shiki, and so that's motivating him to get closer to Shiki. Shiki's dangerous, so Shiki's kind of like an antagonistic or she's kind of the protagonist, but she's the source of danger, the problem that Mikia is trying to, like, overcome. So that's been, like, a kind of a thing there, but that's just kind of based on Mikia wanting to get close to Shiki, which is like, why does he want that? Just because he loves her, it's kind of, that was always a little foggy to me. And then, I mean, otherwise it'd be like Mikia wants to help someone, right? Or some other psychic person is being some sort of problem, right? And we saw that twice with Mrs. Twist and Mrs. Jump Off the Roof, right? So that was all that, right? But there was always kind of I was kind of always left being like, what is really, there's something else going on here, but I don't know what, right? Like, I feel like I'm playing with this little slice of information, and I don't really know what's going on. What this movie did is it gave us a macro picture, which I really liked, where it's like, okay, Shiki is attached to the origin of all things, the root, the origin, whatever you want to call it, right? She's attached to it through her eyes. Her eyes are attached to her through her bloodline, right? So her bloodline has been, and this is kind of something I'm pulling from episode 1 of Fate Zero, and also just some of the Discord talk, right? So we now have a new understanding of her family, of, like, the point of her family. It's, yes, like, because previously it was like, oh, you would want your kid to be stronger and stronger with the abilities, right? So you would just keep, like, your bloodline would be kind of, like, refining that or whatever, right? But now it's like they're refining this power with the end goal, probably, of getting closer to the root, getting closer to the origin, right? And so now we have this, like, family. It's like, okay, we figured something out that this is probably the family's motive here. And Shiki is just the one that kind of has to deal with it, because she's the one that got him now. It does still beg the question of what exactly toggled them on, because we did see them get toggled, so I'm assuming that's going to be in one of the future movies. Honestly, probably, I would guess movie 7, because a couple people were saying that movie 7, like, made them really like Shiki more, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's when we get to figure that out, but that is just to say, and, like, yeah, that's just to say that, like, now we have, like, an understanding of, like, okay, Shiki's attached to the origin. This also gives reason for, like, freaking Arya Soren, the magic guy, He wants to obtain Shiki so that he can get to the origin for his whole spiel about, like, meaning and memory and history, right? So it gives us so much more to work with. Instead of it just being like Mikia loves these people and is super empathetic in a very like kind of insane way. I think Homeboy's a little bit crazy, right? Instead of it just being that, it's like, okay, no, we're attached to something greater here, right? And so that's been very helpful for me, and I've really liked that. But yeah, let me hit a couple of these comments more specifically. So like this was a really good point of that, right? Like the Holy Grail Wars, part of that thing. That's kind of what I referenced here. But yeah, that's exactly the case, right? Which is really funny timing with watching the first episode. Whoever touches true magic, which makes makes magecraft used by mages look like sleight of hand by comparison, it do be kind of OP though. And we also like, I think they said it in the last movie that like a very few amount of people have ever reached that. And so it's like, what does that actually do? Does it like, because I think my understanding right now is that the people that have reached the origin, the root, are pretty much like, they didn't like leave instructions behind on how they did it, you know, or like they didn't really like come back and say, yo, what's good? I just transcended to the next layer of metaphysics. No, they're just kind of gone. So it kind of is a question of like, if I reach the root, do I like transcend to like an enlightened state? Do I just step into a higher like degree of consciousness that separates me from the normal one I was in? Do I get destroyed and reduced to nothing? Do I become one with the freaking fabric of magic? I don't freaking know, right? Like I don't think we're supposed to know at this point, right? With the way the movies have been going. And that begs really interesting questions of like, should people even try to get to the root, you know? But I don't know. I'll withhold a lot of that. Well, I'll tell you just a little bit of like, dude, if I don't know what the root does to me, what if the root destroys me? Then it's like, well, I don't want to go to the root anymore because I kind of want to be like, I've kind of grown attached to my ego. Okay, I'm not trying to like lose my ego because I've touched the root of like all human consciousness and like freaking absorbed into it or something. You know, I'm not trying to get freaking orange Fanta, you know. I had to find a way to say that without being spoilerly. But yeah, and then yeah, this was kind of a macro statement too about like how watching the different installments of the different series that are all attached to the same, you know, franchise, the same Nasuverse is good for like fleshing it all out. So which on the Holy Knight and Tsukihime I have no idea about, but like Fate we're starting and Garden of Sinners we're in the middle of, right? It's really crazy, like Mystic Eyes being explained in more detail in this other thing, the Case Files of Lord Emiloli II. My goodness. Like there's like you know what I mean? It's like literally massive puzzle, and I just got like I got my first little puzzle piece, and that was episode 1 of Garden of Sinners, and I'm like, what do I do with this puzzle piece? You know? It's actually a good analogy. I liked this capitalist Shiki, shout out capitalism, being the male personality, and Shiki like carries on the legacy. That's very sweet. I didn't really piece that together at all, so I quite like that. Most of this I agree with. This was whenever Ayozaki dies, her soul's jumping between puppets. That was something that makes sense to me. What I was originally thinking is that like she had like diffused her soul or something, like, because I was originally thinking if she's just jumping body to, I guess I wasn't really thinking actually, but my original assumption was that she wasn't like none of the like her walking around, none of them were that real because there were like multiple of her that like existed at the same time or something. That's what I originally thought, but it instead makes more sense that like she just got a bunch of bodies in backup. It's basically like a bunch of clone, like D&D 5e clones in vats. You know what I mean? I think clone's the spell I'm thinking of. But yeah, so that's really broken. That's really broken. That's basically quasi immortality, except there's perhaps she couldn't actually be immortal because maybe her like body ages, or the puppets she makes has to age as well, or perhaps because the puppets probably don't age, but they're probably based on what she her mortal. No, but she's living in the puppets. Wait, maybe her soul ages? Wait, how does age interfere with that? That could be interesting. I don't know. And then this is super true that the confusing directional choices had purpose. That I really liked. I talked about that a lot last episode. Pronunciation. This I wanted to talk about. So our origin doesn't define the present us, right? That's like the Enjo special. That's the Enjo my goat special. Because like what makes Enjo so good is that he is not only is he a puppet, but he's a puppet that has a installed obsession, love for Shiki, you know? And then that drives most of his actions, right? But the point on that like completely flips the script on Soren is that and it's said at the end that Enjo's love for his family, which is like some small remnant of his actual, like, the person he was, not the puppet that he was created to be, but that other part of like him, the little his love for his family is largely what like motivated him and got him putting the gas to the floor, right? After he goes to his family with Mikia, then he shows back up with the sword, and then he's the one that gets the sword in the right position so that Shiki can make the moves, right? And so it's crazy, like all of the installation, the freaking hip, like I almost want to compare it to like being like institutionalized in some like crazy cultish institution. It's like you have all these pressures, these external like influences on you, but that little bit that can't be influenced, that little bit of who he is was what mattered. So like, I don't know, I really like that. And then it's also a huge critique of Soren's idea of him being like his origin of worthlessness, because even with a worthless origin, he still had worth because he defeated Soren, or was instrumental in defeating Soren. So Enjo is such a perfect counter to Soren's thinking. And I love that because it's a super ironic like twist, and we really see that again with, I had it pulled up here, the point at the end of his name. So his name being attached to like the Buddhist idea of that he like, that was like the opposite of what he hated, Or no, that was the thing he hated. Right here. Let me just get their verbiage. Yeah, right here. You lost against only one person, Tomo's love for his family, Enjo's love for his family, right? Shout out Enjo. But yeah, this piece of information, this to me is the most ironic final twist that Soren could get, because it's a twist that like hits him on every layer, So like the group unconscious, which goes against like his thinking, right? It's a storage of all the selfishness in this world. Arya Shiki, right? And his name, of course, is Arya Soren. And so it's insane that the opposite, you were born into this world with the same name as the thing you detest. What that means to me, it's the same thing as the origin thing with Enjo, right? Enjo, the Enjo we got to know, was born into this world as a clone, built off of with a worthless origin, all these things, but despite what he was born as, he managed to do something that was opposite and have worth, right? I would even say him affirming, even if the sword didn't matter, him affirming I was here is also something of great worth, right? Well, as close as you can get, right? And so this parallels that so well, because friggin' Soren, or like Arya, right? Because that's the name that's being played with, is the Arya part. He was born into the world with the name of the thing he would grow to detest. So his name is like his origin, and then his origin didn't matter because he ended up hating the opposite of the origin, right? So even if he was named that thing, that was kind of his origin in a sense, it didn't mean that he would actually end up like thinking that way. If anything, he ended up like contrarian, thinking the opposite, right? Not that he was aware of any of this until just now. But like that to me, it's like a crazy little extra dagger into his chest with the idea of like origins and how his like thinking and obsession with them kind of hoed him, right? Where it's like, homeboy, you were getting hoed by it the entire time and you had no idea, right? And then this is the information that kind of like kills him. Right, he was already dying, but that pushes him over the edge, where he starts to like evaporate. But yeah, I really liked that line, as kind of attached to that, right? I think that reflects that, like, parallels Enjo's journey really well. Shout out Enjo, and yeah, him being, I liked Enjo because he feels more real than like Mikia, who's crazy. You know what I mean? Mikia, we're working on it, but Mikia, you do be kind of crazy. You know what I mean? It's all right. But yeah, this is a really good little thing. So the instructions for reading this is the little alligator teeth are things I said, and then there's like a little like reply commentary on it, right? Basically, I think I agree with where this comment ends up going, which I quite like. And though I did want to, I'm gonna have to reread these a little bit. I just read it, but I do want to shoot back to a couple of them. Yeah, the third way. Yeah, so, okay. Let me jump to the things that I actually want to shoot back for, right? Because we agree, right? We agree with pure rationalism only leading you so far. This point, right? So my kind of thing that I brought up was that intellectualism, rationalism, philosophy, whatever, almost entirely leads to nihilism. Because I'm a subjective human, I cannot apprehend objective value because I'm a subjective human, right? And so the reply is, do you mean that objective value might exist but is incomprehensible to us subjective humans? Basically, yes. So it's like, I'm very agnostic in most of my thinking, right? Shout out Socrates. The only thing I know is that I know nothing. I'm the freaking... Socrates is said to be the wisest man by the Oracle of Delphi, or Delphi or whatever. But he's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know anything. And then he realizes that him being aware that he doesn't know anything makes it so that he's the wisest, right? It's one of those kinds of situations where, like, I'm calling myself freaking the wisest Oracle of Delphi. I'm calling myself Socrates. Yeah, I'm humble. But basically that, right? Where, like, there may or may not be objective value. And so objective value would be, like, a source of that would be, like, you know, like, metaphysically there is good, right? Like, if God exists and God defines everything, then guess what? God has the power to make... It has objective power, right? And I say God written large, like Abrahamic God, right? Then it's like, homeboy just gets to make the rules, because that's kind of the entire point, you know? And so that could exist, because I'm agnostic religiously, right? I don't know if it exists or not, but it could. But whether or not it does, that doesn't... I'm a subjective human, so I can't reach it. I can't ever be sure, right? That's my issue. So there could be objective value, but I'm never going to be able to reach it, or there is no objective value, and then we're already at nihilism, right? Or if there is no, because then if there's no, and you could say, well, actually, but what if you make your own value? Well, then it's just like positive nihilism kind of deal, right? Where you're still like happy about it and you kind of get to do your own thing. But yeah, nihilism sucks. I don't like nihilism. Well, like, it sucks, but like it's kind of where I'm at. But I don't like it because it doesn't feel good. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that is what I meant with that, where like our subjectivity hose us from ever being able to hit some sort of objectivity. It's interesting with this series because there is literally a method to hit like what could be seen as objectivity, but then it begs the question of should we, right? When we have like almost no examples of people ever reaching the origin, and even if we do, then it's like, well, we don't really know what happened to them that well. So it's like, well, what if it's like a Lovecraftian type deal where it's like, oh, I saw the thing beyond the stars and it drove me mad, right? That's the most terrifying thing. Shout out the dwarves from Lord of the Rings. We dug too deep. What if the origin is rationally digging too deep, right? Where you see something you're not meant to see. And I say meant, but there's no mean or not mean because there could be nothing, right? But like you see something that is beyond what is healthy for you to examine, right? That it will destroy you to view that, and that it will completely, utterly destroy any foundation of what you are to be a human. Like, that would be so terrifying, right? So who knows? Who knows what's going on there? Boom, 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 boom. This I quite like, right? I have hope there exists something beyond pure materialism. I agree. I do actually agree with that. I have hope. I don't know if I would bet on it or not, but I definitely have hope that there is something beyond materialism. My kind of guesstimate there is just something quantum mechanics. I'm no physicist, so that's about the best I can give, you know? But I think the point of there seems to be a consciousness, there seems to be the ability to experience, so those aren't things that can be really like the ability to experience isn't really like something super materialist, like doesn't seem to be in line with pure materialism, right? You'd have to reduce experience to something materialism and change it for it to fit into the materialist schema, right? Or you could say that you'd have to say that experience is materialist somehow. That but then why does it feel ways, right? Feelings can't be materialist, can they? Well, you would say they're just chemicals in a brain. But the brain's experience of them, yeah, I would hold my statement. Anyways, sorry, got a little confused there. Always have to wrap it around a few times in the old noggin before it makes any sense. My thing, though, my kind of escape from pure materialism, it goes into my thing of free will, right? Because free will is a freaking painful subject. I'm agnostic on free will. I don't know if there is free will or not, but I kind of just exist as if there is free will, right? Because the opposite doesn't seem to be very useful for me. So I just do the one that's more useful. Shout out consequentialism, right? But my kind of very uneducated hypothesis on free will is something our brains are quantum computers. The indeterminism of quantum mechanics gets determined through our brain. That is choice. That's the best I got, right? In which case you would be saying that, like, because you could say that pure determinism leads to no free will. Some people even argue that pure determinism leads to free will. That's a crazy thing. Some people out there really arguing that indeterminism is needed for free will, which kind of makes sense, because it's like, well, bro, if everything is or that, well, some people argue something on every side. Some people say determinism gives free will. Some people say determinism doesn't give free will. Some people say indeterminism gives free will. Some people say indeterminism blocks free will, right? Like, I don't even know anymore. Like, there's no side that people can agree on, you know? And these people have poured, like, hours and hours and hours and millions, so much thought into these things. I'm just some goober that's walking up being like, I agree or disagree. Like, that's why thinking is so hard. I don't have enough time to think about shit, all right? I got too much shit to do. That's why philosophers were always the luxury class, you know? Like, way back in the Greeks. You think you had enough time to think if you're starving? No. Get that hoe out. Start hoeing. Anyways, what was the thing I was talking about? Indeterminism, free will. And I kind of brought that up a little bit during the episode, but it didn't even really map on super well. I'm going to be completely honest. But I still think it's interesting, so I'm glad I brought it up. The thing I was leading to there is that, like, if everything's indeterminate, and it's indeterminate meaning it cannot be predicted, and that there is no, determined would be there's only one way for this thing to map out, and indeterminate would be it could end up two ways. Well, if things are indeterminate, then it's like, well, if it's just like randomly going to be one or the other, then if you didn't choose which random it was going to be, then guess what? You didn't will that choice, right? If it just ended up one of two ways, then you got hoed. Indeterminism hoed you. You didn't get free will in that instance, right? And then it's like, okay, well, what if I did have the choice and I could decide? Well, then if you could decide, then are you saying that you could have decided otherwise? You know what I mean? That, like, what made you choose one thing and not choose another thing, huh? Was it a flip of a coin? Because if it was a flip of a coin, then what do you mean? Like, you didn't choose anything. It was just the coin that chose it. You know what I mean? It's all layers. It's all layers of where does the indeterminism come in the layers of the free will. It's a bunch of bogus. Screw it. I hate thinking. Anyways, let me just scroll this one more time to make sure I didn't miss anything I wanted to talk about, because there's a lot of good stuff in here. If you limit yourself only to things you can logically verify, you're setting yourself up for failure. Agreed 1,000,000%. Oh yeah, this was a really good point. More often than not, we simply rationalize our opinions afterwards. Yeah, post hoc. A lot of things are post hoc, right? That's why I'm like, skepticism, constantly checking yourself, constantly being like, well, am I actually right about that? That's really goated, you know? Because, I mean, we're so ready to doubt other people, but doubt yourself a little bit, okay? I think a little bit of doubt is healthy. Something Aristotelian mean, you know? Aristotelian mean being that, like, virtue is in between two extremes, so, like, too much self-doubt is bad, too much self-confidence is bad, something in the middle is good. There you go. Aristotelian mean. Shout out Nicomachean Ethics. Book 1 and 2. Anyways. Solipsism. True. Wait. But yeah, so basically I really hope there's something quantum mechanics, something I have a soul, something trust. But I don't think we're ever gonna figure that all out, so I'm just kind of hoed. But I do agree that these things, there aren't things we can simply reason through and get a conclusive answer, but I believe there's still some value in looking for these answers and maybe getting closer to them or something. That's where, like, I don't know if I can follow you there. But I think that gets to the point of personal preference. So there's no shame in thinking there's value in that or anything, right? But, like, what is the value, right? I mean, keyword value, right? What is the value in getting closer to what may or may not be an answer, right? I mean, that's implying that the answer would give value, and so getting closer to it would give a fraction of value, right? But what if the answer doesn't give value? Like, what if the answer is that there is no value? Then approaching it would destroy your value, right? I mean, that's kind of the thing. I used to think that things mattered. I used to think, and I'm not completely nihilist now, or at least I try not to be. I'm completely rationally, I'm probably nihilist, but I don't try to exist that way because I think it's dumb, you know. But like, I think I used to before going down my freaking philosophy rabbit hole. I think I used to think there was more value. I mean, especially because I was raised religious, right? And so it's like you are told that there is value, right? There is value in these things. There's objective good. There's objective evil. There is a goal that you are going towards because you're trying to get to heaven. Shout out heaven, right? And so, you know, compare that me to present me, and it's like I used to have more value back then. There's a black thing on my thumb. I used to have more value back then, right? But so in seeking answers, right, going down my freaking rational rabbit hole because I'm like, oh, rationality, surely that's the way that I'll get some answers. Seeking answers has destroyed value for me, or at least it has substantially weakened value, you know? And so, you know, I think it's a yes and a no. I think it can, but I think it can also destroy, right? And maybe it depends on the person. Maybe it depends on the approach. Who knows, right? Maybe value. I think value is more emotional than it is rational, right? At least in how it's experienced. I think it's experiential. So it's like, it depends on factors that are outside of rationality, in which case, right, it's so complicated. Something, I don't know, call a freaking psychoanalytic person or something. They'll give you some value. Their value won't even matter because value, you know what I mean? It's just that. Anyways, they'll just give you some sort of emotional thing, or they'll give you emotional advice, or they'll give you drugs, and then the drugs will make you feel good. Shout out drugs. Love drugs. Don't do drugs. Okay. Anyways, yeah, this was cool. Descartes' name in Latin is probably where Cartesian came from. Renatus Cartesius. I had no idea. That's cool. Anyways, where do I want to go from here? Scroll through the episode a little bit. We're going to look at the ED. I do want to, because I didn't look at the ED at all, because I was freaking mind blasted. But yeah, this was such a good movie. This was, I mean, it was like an experience. It started off confusing, parallels. I mean, in retrospect, this makes so much more sense, right? And so you love to see it, right? Enjo's introduction I really liked, you know, especially him kind of like laughing randomly. Like he was kind of in like a manic state almost. Oh, it's because he saw Shiki, and so Shiki toggled his brain to freaking go nutso. You know what I mean? Which is like right here. So yeah, I mean, that was fantastic. The key metaphor over and over. I like to think that like Shiki was the key for, I think I might have said this, but Shiki was the key for the door to Origin that Soren was looking for. So like, as much as the key was important for Enjo in like a motif, it was also like very literally, Shiki was a key, right? So that was pretty sick. Like, look at this shot. I skipped to a random shot. The freaking framing of these shots are like golden, man. I mean, look at this. Yin and yang in the eyeball, butterfly over the mouth, metamorphosis, blonde hair, parallels her head right below. The frame has depth to it. So it's like trippy from this angle. All the past magi who have reached it disappear, talking about the origin. This could be representative of a past magi that reached it and then was destroyed or something. I don't know. Or disappeared. Yeah. What I'm really intrigued on is the counterforce. Because we heard about the counterforce over and over as like some sort of thing that makes it more difficult to reach the origin. And that, you know, that was kind of my understanding of it. But I feel like there's so much more to be said on what that is. Shiki, stop throwing up on yourself, okay? It's just a little kick. Sorry. That freaked me out. He 100% accidentally threw her out the window. He was like, oh wait, I need her. Grab her. Pretty funny. But yeah. Man, and yin and yang symbology is so cool. The kitty destroying her heart. Yeah, like, dude, puppets. I mean, if you have an identical puppet, it reminds me of so random. It reminds me of a thing from Monogatari. I'm not gonna. I'll keep it vague, but like, if the same person, if there's somebody that lives the same life as me, experiences the same things as me, that it looks the same as me, all these things, then are they not me? Right? like kind of calling into question like what it is that actually makes you who you are. I mean, that's kind of a question that Aozaki's existence does, right? Where like she is a puppet. Like, what is it to be? Like, this heart beats. I mean, she sculpted this heart. This wasn't a natural born heart that came out of a freaking womb, unless her puppeteering has wombs built in. But like, well, she probably has a womb built into the body because it's supposed to be like as much a perfect match. That's not what I mean. I mean like, where this heart wasn't made naturally, it was made artificially. It's a puppet heart, right? But it's such a perfect copy that her soul can reside into it. In which case, what makes it different than a human body, right? I assume it, like, does it age? Is aging the difference? But like, I would call her human. I mean, I would at least call her animated with spirit. And I would say being animated with spirit is perhaps even more important than being human, right? Like, if a human had no soul, then that would remove what I think of when I think human, because a human inherently has soul. So I would even say that she has, like, as a puppet, she's like completely real, is what it seems to be, right? Because her soul resides in there. So it calls into question, what is the body, you know? And they were having that thing about like I studied the soul, you studied the body, or I think vice versa, right? Which brings that in again, but like that's such an interesting thing, because like, I mean, I've thought about that before. I've looked at my own body and be like, what even are you? Are you just a tool? I pretty much see my body as just a tool for me. I'm pretty disconnected from my body, right? It's more so just the thing I'm within as opposed to the thing I am. Is that true? Do I think that? I don't even know what I think about the body, bro. I mean, that's just going to show that this is such an interesting like topic, that it's something that I currently kind of think about a lot, right? Because like physiologically, like it's so attached to who you are. And oh my goodness, I forgot my take. I think I used to have a take that your mind, body, soul. I used to split the human into 3 parts, but then at one point I tried to put them all back into one, because I was trying to get rid of the idea of a soul. And then when I was looking between the mind and the body, like the mind and the body influence each other so much, like shout out just like drinking alcohol, right? It completely changes your mental faculties, right? Because of what you've consumed in your body. Like your mind and your body are so linked together that it's hard to like separate those for me. And so the only other thing would be like soul, right? But then like soul is something that cannot be proved. So, you know what I mean? So my body is me. Yeah, shit. Anyways, don't think about it too much. Just enjoy life. Don't think about it too much. That's my answer. Just enjoy life. Do what Enjo does here. He literally saw his own brain in a jar, or what was him. He was proven to be an artificial construct, and he still said, I was here. He still proclaims I. He still proclaims himself into the timeline. He smiles at it. He sheds a tear. He feels emotions. He doesn't care. Giga Chad, disintegrate me. See if it changes anything. Shiki, I pass the torch to you. Literally sees Shiki. She grabs the sword and then ends him later. Like, that's the frickin' Enjo has it. Enjo has it, bro. Enjo's the GOAT. Enjo literally has the answer to what I think. Like, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. I love Enjo so much. And then this part of the end was so good too. Right? Where it's like a mirror and they're both walking away from each other. I mean, what a like... I respect it whenever they get weird like this. They're feeling themselves here. They're filling themselves up. They're not trying to do, you know what I mean? They're doing their weird artsy shit. I love weird artsy shit, man. Like, they deserve it because they just went through a freaking crazy process and it's all artsy. I just love good artsy shit, man. This movie was good. I love this movie. Enjo, you're my GOAT. I'm never gonna forget you, brother. Later, dog. Hey, later, dog. I'll see you next time, bro. Maybe we'll both return to nothingness. I don't need the origin to do that. I just have to die. Shout out death. Just kidding. I hate death. Anyways, I like existence. Yeah, dude, this movie was so good. Made me think about the body horror, especially with Enjo. I mean, I was talking about it with Ayazaki, especially with Enjo, right? Like the gears within his flesh, right? In his arm that falls off. I mean, dude, even think about that. Like, when I was saying the mind-body split thing earlier, about, like, I don't think I can divide those things, Enjo experiences that. He rationalizes something in his brain, well, in his construct brain, just go with me. He rationalizes a thought in his brain of, I am an artificial being, and then the body, the vessel he's within, reacts to that and falls apart. Right? That is such a brilliant way to show that, right? So good. This guy was losing it. And then she just walks back up like, yo, dog, I appreciate how mad you are. That makes me feel more like me, baby. That affirms my existence. And he's like, what the hell? Yeah, but Enjo losing his arm right here. Oh, the body horror is crazy. But it's like, bro, what if I opened myself up and I was Gears? Would that even change anything? No. No, it wouldn't. Then I'm a gear person. Like, what am I supposed to take away from that? Oh no, I'm a synth. Oh no, I'm a synth and I was made by the Illuminati. Well, shit. Like, what, are you telling me other humans are on a higher consciousness level? It don't seem like that. It really don't seem like that. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm probably as conscious as any other human. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? That'd be like reverse solipsism, right? Solipsism being I'm the only one I can like verify. That'd be like I'm less verifiable as conscious than another person. That's the synth mentality. No, who cares if you're a synth? Lock in. Goated. I was here. Enjo gets it. This is my boy right here. Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? Do androids dream of electric sheep type shit? Or is it, wait, androids, it's androids, right? That's the name of the book? Or the short story or whatever? Yeah. This was so good. What are they gonna do next, bro? Alright, let's watch this ED. This will probably be, we're probably gonna jump into it. If I remember to do this correctly, this will be the start of the pip. So, shout out the pip in the description. I give you all a little free pip. If you're about to go jump to the pip, mute the tab. Alright? That's appreciated. If you're on a phone or something, you're good. You're free to go. Alright, maybe like the video on your way out as you have fun in the pip land. Welcome, come back for the discussion though if you're feeling freaky. But I don't know. If you watch the pip on your like a PC or something, then if you mute the YouTube tab playing, then I still get the watch time. So you get free pip, I get watch time. That's called a win-win, brother. But don't mute the YouTube video because YouTube can tell. You have to mute the tab. Alright, let's watch this ED. And this will be the pip. Okay. My goodness, right here. What's up, Shiki? Alright. I'll be pausing a little bit, but I met you. A dream that wouldn't come true. Eternity that surpassed in a mere second. Surpassed. What do you mean surpassed here? Surpassed usually means like go beyond. Exceed, be greater than? Yeah, transcend. It's an eternity that surpassed in a mere second. Oh, yeah, the eternity is within the second. Shout out that William Blake poem, right? I'm gonna get it exact because I don't have it memorized. Isn't it William Blake? Hold eternity in an hour. Eternity in an hour. Let me get that. Let me read this to y'all. Auguries of Innocence by William Blake. All right, it's the first 4 lines, right? This line reminds me of Auguries of Innocence, right? This one's pretty well known. It's not that crazy it's not that deep of a cut. But to see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. It's an eternity that surpassed in a mere second, right? It's the same kind of thing. I mean, I love the William Blake poem. It's so good. It's like kairotic. You know what I mean? Kairotic. If you know, you know. Continuing. But yeah, I mean, dude, it's like a second can feel like eternity, right? And eternity can feel like a second. Whoa, bro. Whoa, whoa. All right, anyways. Keep going. I'm calling, I want to protect you. Calling, I want to protect you. My stretched fingers are trembling, yet I still embrace you. I mean, dang, like, trembling out of what? Out of, like, nervousness of connection? Because it's like, yet I still embrace you, right? I reach out, but I'm afraid to reach out, yet I still reach out. Type business, you know? Yeah, I mean, that's like Hedgehog's dilemma, right? The difficulty of connection. The only thing we can do is helplessly scream that we're alive until we run out of strength. Enjo grind set. The Enjo set, bro. Put some respect on his name. The only thing we can do is helplessly scream that we're alive until we run out of strength, bro. The only thing we can do is scream against the blackness of the void that we're alive until we run out of strength, we die, right? And helplessly is such a crazy word there, because helplessly, like, implies that we're beyond getting helped, that they're like that it's almost hopeless, right? I mean, helpless feels, it's like tangential to hopeless, right? So it's almost like, it's like that to me feels nihilistic, you know? All we can do is nihilistically scream that we're alive. So it's like, but it's despite that. It's despite the helplessness of the scream, we still scream that we're alive. Until we run out of strength, we fizzle out and die. Shit, shout out Enjo. That's how I feel. This movie was so good. I actually really liked this movie, bro. That made the confusion of the first four so worth it, bro. Does it reach you, the screaming? Do I reach you? Oh. That kind of hit, bro. Do I reach you? Damn, like the connection stuff from like 2 lines ago. Smash the sweetness of despair and start sprinting right now. You know what I'm saying? To the end of the spiral. Ooh, wait, run it back a little bit. We gotta hold our energy, okay? We still have another hour of movie coming. All right, we gotta lock in a little bit. Oh, you want a little bit of water too? Sip up. I spilled it all over myself. I'm not gonna lie. All right. The sweetness of despair. Oh, this do be true. Despair do be kind of sweet in a low. And it's sweet in the way rotten fruit is sweet, right? And you gotta smash that, and like, because you need to keep sprinting is movement forward. It goes into that thing. I think I mentioned it last thing, like Hobbesian, like life as physics as like momentum, as like moving forward, right? That's like what the life spirit is, you know? And so it's like movement. It's smash the sweetness of despair, of withering away, of apathy, and move forward, passion, energy, you know? But yeah, despair do be kind of sweetness. I mean, it's like, it's absolving, bro. Like if you give up on everything, which I would say is like the epitome of despair, then you give up on responsibility, you give up on shame, you give up on guilt, you give up on everything. You just become empty. And if you're hollowed out, if you're empty, then there's nothing within you that can hurt you anymore. And so that can be sweet. You know what I mean? But you gotta resist that temptation, right? And pursue your, I mean, to the end of the spiral is crazy, because the spiral is the spiral to origin, you know? I think that's what that reference is. So like, that'd be to like the completion of your being, right? Because origin is completion. Type shit. I'm calling if my song that struggles in the distance. If my song in the distance makes you turn a side of your face up towards the sky. If my song makes you like look up, I mean up is like positive, right? Then I'm not alone. If my song, if my like sprint, if my song has influence on you to look up, I mean looking up would be like up, the sky. I mean that's like kind of transcendental-ish, you know? If that gives you the energy to do that, then I'm not alone, because that's what I'm trying to do. I don't know, like influence on others a little bit. Korea Easter Studio, shout out. From within my clockwork mind. Clockwork mind is good for Enjo, right? Obvious there. Obvious clockwork metaphor is obvious, you know? Shout out having gears in your hand. In your arm. The tightly packed naked truth overflowed. Ooh, in my clockwork mind, the naked truth birthed. That's kind of juicy. I'm kind of drooling. I love this shit, bro. This show is so good. I've been converted. I've been converted. I like, because well, that's saying that the naked truth was this. The tightly packed naked truth was within my clockwork mind. So the answer was within me, type shit, right? I usually am kind of apprehensive of that thought, that like the answer's within. I'm more of the answer is in connection and is in being part of fabric, as opposed to the strand of you, you know? Shout out the Prince of Egypt song, right? Oh my goodness, do I need the lyrics? It's the stones at the verbs, the stones that form the base. What a life is worth. Trust. Give me a second. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna like Prince of Egypt through Heaven's Eyes. That's the name of it. Okay. Through Heaven's Eyes. Through Heaven's Eyes. Okay. And then there's a line. There's a line in this song that it reminds me of. It's the first line. It's the first thing. Ready? A single thread in a tapestry, though its color brightly shines, can never see its purpose in the pattern of the grand design. It's like, bro, that kind of... And that's in religious connotation, because Prince of Egypt, shout out, that's a great movie. Go watch that movie right now. Best religious movie I've seen, all right? I'm going to give it that stamp of approval. But that's kind of my thing of like, bro, like you can be beautiful on your own, but like your place in the world, your attachment to other people, your context, right? Your situation, right? Those, I think, are more profound than you alone. And so you matter in how you are within a place, right? If you're strong, but that strength is never used for others or for the world around you, then like what use is your strength? I mean, it's a little bit of a, if a tree falls in the forest, no one hears it, doesn't make a sound, right? It's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you're strong, but you never leverage your strength for a purpose, then what was your strength, right? And that's a little bit of like means versus ends talk, but yeah, let's let them go to their next line so I can stop yapping. Within my clockwork mind, the tightly packed naked truth overflowed. Waving my hand to the yesterday that disappears at the speed of light. Okay, so they kind of went to a new subject here. Like, look at these lines, bro. Waving my hand to the yesterday that disappears at the speed of light in the desert that's forever bright. Oh shit, they rhymed it. Translations rhyming is kind of cooking, all right? It's hard to make translations rhyme, okay? Because remember, this was translated, so I appreciate that, translator. To the yesterday. I mean, that's just saying goodbye to the day before, right? In a desert that's forever bright. I don't know if I understand what they're going for there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's forever bright is a striking metaphor. It's a striking, like, image, but... We reject time and sprint. We reject time. What do you mean by that? I mean, we're talking about infinity. We're talking about the eternity within a second. We're talking about waving goodbye to the yesterday at the speed of light, right? So that is already playing with time a lot. It's like playing with chronological time, where it's like time isn't just second, minute, hour, right? Like time is sometimes the speed of light, but sometimes eternity can be within a second, right? Like we're rejecting the colloquial, the friggin' understanding of what time usually is. Right? Sprint, I'm not sure what they mean. I'm heading into the wind, waving a torn flag. Torn flag is good. I like torn. That's a good adjective. Good adjective. Shout out the adjective. We're shouting out a lot today. Traveling for my own sake on a road without you. Dang, it kind of paradoxical, my thinking. Because I like this, though. I mean, just earlier I was saying that you don't matter on your own. It's more so how you are within a schema. But it also, for your own sake, I totally... Like, I think my statement would be, you matter for your own sake in how you are within the world. Because if you're not within a world, then then you aren't really an entity, right? You lose so much of what the human being is if it's not situated within the world that it exists within, right? Because the human being exists in the world. Every human being has done that up to this point, right? So if you remove the world, then you remove the human being. So I like that point, right? Of the interweaving, you know, to kind of play into that tapestry metaphor that I brought in, right? Traveling for my own sake, though, I mean, I agree with that. I really like that, right? I think every travel should be done for your own sake. I think every action should be understood as done for your own sake, right? Every action, I think, is selfish, and you should love that. You should love that because that's, you know, it's affirming. That means every action you do is for yourself. That's affirming yourself every time. And you would say, well, what about selflessness? What about loving my family? You love your family because you love your family. You love your family. The you is there. All right? You love your family because you love your family. It's for your own sake. It's for your love. It's your love. Right? Without you, though, is lonely, right? I mean, they're not doing it in a super, like that's sad. Type business. It's lonely. Sprinter. Down the road without you to the end of the spiral. Ooh. She kind of killed that note. I'm not gonna lie. That line is so good. I'm calling the proof that I was here is probably still in your eyes. Shoot. That's so good. I mean, that's even adding something that I kind of completely neglected just now in what I said. That like, I mean, because it's what the crazy blonde dude Magi was saying to Ayozaki, right? Or that Ayozaki said to him, where your hatred for me affirms me, you know? Affirmation can come from others too, you know? 100%. That's something I didn't include there, but the proof that I was here is still probably in your eyes. That you can be affirmed by how others imagine you, bro. Or but it's still based in you need to perceive them as affirming you in order for them to be able to affirm you. You have to let it in, right? So it's still based in you, but you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that's so good. I love that. The proof that I was here is probably still in your eyes. What a beautiful line. That's a really good line. Proof that I was here. I love the statement I was here. That's grown to be one of my favorite statements in recent memory, you know? Shout out Enjo. So good. Bro, Nasuverse actually kind of good, question mark? Defying the closing spiral, crying and screaming as we disappear. I like defying. I mean, the spiral is something that's so all-controlling, all-powerful, right? So defying that, I mean, that's what it is to be human, dog. I mean, you're born and you defy the death of your body every day. Every day you feed yourself, you give yourself water, you do all these things, and that's defying the inevitable. That's being alive. It's all in defiance. And it's all hopeless, because you will die. But that doesn't mean it's worthless. Oh. Or maybe it is, but that does, you know what I mean? Then maybe that's okay. Maybe it's okay if it's worthless. Maybe being worthless doesn't matter much. Shout out Enjo. So good. This ED smacks. We could be jumping right into the movie now. Movie 6, Oblivion recording. Oblivion is a scary word. It's like annihilation type shit. Wonderful. Alright, let's jump into it. Episode 6. Movie 6. Alright. Gotta situate. I gotta get comfy in my chair. Movie 6. Let's get this going. I'll give the timer and pip warning in a second. Timer and pip warning now. I'll say it again so for the people that jump in. Let's get this going in a 3, a 2, a 1. Bang. Timer bottom left, right here. Pip in the description. It's free. Mute the tab if you watch the pip, so I get free watch time. Agreed? Agreed. All right, let's watch this. Let's focus in. Hope I have the subtitles on. I'll check that right now. I do. Wonderful. I mean, this is like a kind of, I mean, there's a center to this, right? What's the center of this spiral? Is that the origin? I like this music. It reminds me of a Coraline a little bit. Random call out, I know. It looks like a time sped up, right? And what's so cool is that it looks like the world is, the sky is spinning, but really the earth is spinning. It's all about perspective. I think about that a lot with these time sped up things. That's like, it only looks that way because we're the ones moving, you know? All right, we've stopped speeding up. Shiki's house, question mark? Oh, when is this going to take place? Oh, please no. Oh, I got to get my notes up in case they drop a freaking... Okay. We got it. Her parents, question mark? Baby Shiki, question mark? Wait, is that Shiki? Wait, that's not Shiki, is it? Who is that? Am I supposed to know who that child is? Shit, that looks like, Rin. I don't even know who Rin is, that, like, at all, but it looks like Rin. Who is this girl? Who are you? Are you supposed to be a young Shiki? I had a dream about my childhood. Oh, this is a dream. Looks like the ripple of a pond. You know what I mean? I have no idea who that girl is. I'm just gonna drop all notion that I knew who that was, so we can be ready. Happy music. Kind of unexpected. I feel like usually this show is not so happy. Oh, there's a little fairy. Okay, she got like a psychic fairies, maybe? Maybe she's attached to some, you know, happy fairyland. Little psychic spirits, you know? Flit about. I assume this is the girl we just saw in the flashback, yeah? All right, yeah, I don't know who you are, but you're happy. I like it. I like it. Good energy. Way different than what we've seen most up to this point. Usually people are so depressed and like abused, you know? So like happy fairy girl? Okay, new energy. What are we going to do with it, man? Look how happy she's running. Azaka. I'm going to get Azaka. Oh, you're Azaka! Oh, I know who you are. You're the sister. Oh, I don't need to write you down. Shiki is my rival in love. Oh, you're okay. You're Azaka. Okay, I totally know who you are. We're good. I was about to say, what do you mean she's your rival? Oh, blind girl. Wait, I had my uncle adopt me as his daughter. Shiki. She's trying to get her brother's love after being distant, right? For a while. Shiki's here. Why are you doing this? Wait, that is Shiki, right? Yeah, that is. Okay. Okay, so we're flashbacking quite a bit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, that was your motivation? Crazy. That's a crazy motivation to become a magus. A magus. Oh, eliminate the fairy one. Okay. Shiki, as you're talking about Shiki. A dog. Oh. Okay. I don't want to work with this woman. I hate her. All right. Aww. They're fighting over you, you dip. Yeah, he has no idea. Oh, puppy. Hello, puppy. I just want to... You know what I'm saying? Toko might be stupid. That's funny. Where did this puppy come from? And Toko, she has mystic eyes? I guess, okay. I'll just accept that. Oh. We've just, like, kidnapped her roommate's dog. Hi, puppy. Please don't hurt the dog. What is the point of the dog? I'm scared. He's too adorable. Oh, the little booty wiggle? That's so real. That is the realest thing. Dude, Azaka is tripping. Girl, I need you to lock it in a little bit, alright? We're hunting fairies right now, okay? We can't be losing it. Did she just glance at Shiki? She just did. 100%. 100%. Can I not look out the window? Dart? Who, Dart? Yeah, it's not Dart. Shiki is very caring of animals in this episode. Don't feed the fish without permission. Oh, she had to give up. Kurogiri. Mother's probably the leader of the academy or something, I'd assume. Steal memories? That's very scary. That makes me think we already lost memories and we just don't know it yet, you know? That's like such a scary premise. Did a European person bring them here? He might have brought them. He's probably the source. I blame you. He's the one. Wait, now it's a red herring. Now he's too obvious, right? Oh no, he's got sculptures. Origami. Tachibana got killed by a fairy. What's up, OG? Okay. Eternity? Why are we talking about eternity? OG, you have such an interesting design. Hmm. I wonder why would you steal memories? Well, but there was somebody was killed. I mean, did they kill themselves because of the memories they lost, or maybe they gained memories and then killed themselves because of that? I don't know. I didn't think that, but I guess that's fair. That's a fair. It's like we gotta like. All right. What did you see? What are you saying? Yeah. What are your missed guys? Oh, she's seeing fairies. That one kind of got a. Oh, it looks kind of like a wasp. That one's kind of scary. Like a dragonfly, kind of. Kind of got a dumpy. She'll be able to kill him though. I mean, she can just be like, huh, "You're dead," right? I like how they did that same shot with the same like little lily pads, right? That was cool. Follow her. What? All right. Yeah. Why is she watching you like that? That's the most scary. Okay. She's about to lose her memories or something. It's over for Azaka. I don't trust anyone. If you're gonna give me the premise of losing memories, whose funeral is this? Oh, okay. Is this Azaka's memory of, yeah, of the uncle maybe that she was adopted by? I don't know, but yeah, the beginning of her attachment to Mikia, perhaps. She still remembers. Okay, good. Ow! 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 That looked painful. That looked bad. You tried to punch me. She just got duped. What got stolen? It's so over for her, bro. She's just gonna walk headlong into something and run into a wall and forget everything, bro. Who are you without your memory type business, right? A good follow up to the last one with like Origin, you know? You're like made up if you're like what you do. You know, what happens if you forget everything? Like who are you then? Kind of a like shoot like dementia or whatever, right? But I don't know. I don't know how far they're gonna push the memory thing. Oh, little ruler. The lock? Are you gonna unmake the lock or something? What are you doing here? Oh, that's crazy. She unlocked it. She saw how to unlock it with the eyes of death perception. That's crazy. There was like the line that was the lock, and she went snip with the ruler. For departmental use only, class 1-4 investigation report of Tachibana. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad they put all the other books back on the shelves. Like, you made such a mess. Probably because he was forgetting stuff. Or she was forgetting stuff. Or, yeah. Oh no. What are they doing to you? What are they doing to you? This poor girl. Why? He is so into it. He's after her. They don't remember? Yeah, they're forgetting. Terrifying. What the hell? They talked about her, so she sneezed. I get it. Take a picture. Take a picture of it. Yoink. Wait, is that on? Is that... Where was that? Was that on Toko's desk? Wait, where are we now? Oh, no, this is still at the school. Okay. The cigarettes made me think it was Ayazaki again. Oh, she got a fairy with her, bro. She's not the Magus, though, is she? I feel like she's got to be, like, working with him. You know what I mean? I don't know, though. Maybe she is. But she is a student. Or she's the body president, but, you know. Maybe her dad. Or, like, the other teacher that really liked fairies, you know? Or can you jump the fairy to get it back? Dang, that's brutal. You can't? True. But if you take all the good memories and all you have is bad memories, then that would give you a reason to kill yourself. Oh, she's touching the knife as she says that? Crazy. Well, if they're taking them, maybe they want something. Maybe it's not that they're trying to get rid of something, but that they're trying to obtain something. What if they just really like happy memories and they're just like, you know, like eating them? Doggy, doggy, puppy, puppy. Can I not take a knife? Can kill a lock. She's so edgy, dude. I'm just admiring my knife collection, bro. I was like, what do you... Come on now. Wait. We're about to get a really crazy shot, I feel like. Oh, she actually got it. What? Alright, crazy position to just look at each other in. Alright. Is that a heater? Puppy! He is a special guy. Attracted to things that are taboo. Okay, different direction. So we mean love. We mean like, are we getting incestual? Azaka, you're a little incest girl. It's not good. Oh, was it? Did that memory get taken? No, because we saw it. It was at the funeral, right? She forgot. The funeral memory was taken, I think. Because her looking over at the funeral at him, I thought was the moment that she fell in love. Maybe not, though. Who's to say? She forgot how to wake up. They stole her memory of waking... I'm playing. You know what I mean, though? What are you getting? Water? Puppy! Puppy! This dog is clutch. Dude, what if they can implant memories? That'd be so scary. Is this the old school building? I thought it was burnt down. Maybe this is like a separate lecture hall or something. And ran into. Oh no, this was the place. Okay. She somewhat sensed that. Is it... Hello? Are you the Magus? Are you coming out as the Magus here? No, don't ask me this in an abandoned school building. It's so scary. Just us two? Okay. Oh, you were attached to her. Yeah. Hmm. That means you wouldn't have a motivation to kill her. Unless you, like, were trying to, like, hoard memories of her and went too far. I don't know. Disgrace. Oh, she did something wrong. Who'd you get it from, though, bro? Did you get it from the new teacher? Probably? Was it taken, or... Oh, draw it out. Oh, wow. Whoa, you're like accepting a bribe. You're accepting memory bribe. Oh, they can't bring one out of the depths of your, like, yeah. Forgetting is the Oblivion. Okay. But why? What were you doing? Whoa, whoa! Dragged into what? Yeah. Oh my gosh, the fairies are like fighting because of the memories they have. It's crazy. Wait. A base? Yeah, did she kill him? That was my question, because it looked like the fairy killed the other fairy. Ugh, that's crazy. Oh, you got needle jabbed. Restore your grief. Okay. This is not a good situation. I guess she hadn't lost those memories that we've been seeing. But she just wanted them back, right? Crazy. Does she remember the encounter, though, from just now? That's the question. Oh, why do... She let me remember? Oh, that's even scarier. Is that Shiki? Who is that? Or is that her? OG. Shiki. Let's go, Shiki. I feel like... Did this guy teach OG how to do magic, maybe? It's kind of my guess. Because they were all attached to whatever happened with that teacher. Some, like, grave sin or something. Why is the lighting getting cooler? That's scary. Oh, oh. It stopped. Do not trust this man. Maybe him looking like Mikio was something on purpose. Low key. I don't know. Just don't trust this guy. Don't trust that guy at all. Shiki, get in there and jump OG real quick. Oh, that's Azaka. I thought that was Shiki for some reason. Okay, she just didn't find him. That's... It's like, is that the fairy music again? Or it's just this music from the... So Mikia's kind of the center of her universe, right? Is that kind of the idea with that spiral right now? Because I keep focusing on it with memories with her. I guess she's trying to remember when she fell in love with him, right? The exact moment. Because this is her and him, like, talking after the funeral, I assume. Puppy! Who's... No, be nice to the dog. No, I get it. Dog could be kind of crazy in the morning. Oh, she just took a shower? Puppy. It's like very similar puppy to the dog I have, bro. I have a border collie. Very similar with that long nose. Very cute dog. She's just... Aww. I like the rain. What was the message? What was it, though? Like, don't cut me out of the conversation, man. Kurogure is a dangerous magus. He controls people's recognition using words. So that was the guy. Okay. And now she has the way to resist his like special words. Made cafe. What are we eating? Dang, I want to go to like a Denny's right now. That looks yummy. Listen to classical music and he won't be able to stop you, bro. So I think that was the guy in the chapel, right? Is that the... yeah, this guy. Just the names, you know. Or just block out. Like, if I can't hear you, you can't influence me. Because that's what he had said about the woods, right? That the woods is like, don't go in the woods. Never mind, forget about it. That was him casting spell. Right? So, yeah, I think he's the one that taught freaking OG, too, then. Though, OG had the fairies. I mean, this... I don't know. Maybe he taught her the basics of magic and she did her own thing. Developed her own fairy thing. I don't know. Oh, so there was something in that destroyed section. She just couldn't see it. Right? Because he had ruined her ability to recognize that there was something there. So yeah, it's going to be the same scene, but we're going to see things this time. Right? What is it? Oh, they are in the room! Oh, there's bombs! It's bombs! It's bombs! They're going to do a super arson suicide. Is OG at the doorway? Scary. It's a repeat of the last time we saw her like this. Except now it's nighttime, so it's way scarier. For what? I don't know what they did. Or I don't know what the teacher did. I don't know what the teacher did. They did nothing. They had inaction, but what did the teacher do exactly? Yeah, Shiki's about to carve this guy. Okay. Soren. Crazy. The memories you lost to Oblivion. You can do that? I thought we couldn't do that. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Oh, but... I mean, Soren was pursuing the origin, which would have gotten all memory back, right? Killing time. And you've been listening to me yammer for a minute. Oh no, Shiki. Remain a joke. Oh yeah, I got all these people to freaking sit around with the lighters and gasoline. It's just a troll. I'm just pranking. Was her. Oh. Wait. Alright, my bad. You supposedly cry magic. Oh. Drug addict. Oh, I thought Hayama was killed by her for some reason. Okay. I thought she like shoved him. Shoved him and like broke his neck, but no, he had a drug overdose. Okay, that makes sense. Because she didn't have access to the drug anymore, so she was just hoed. And nobody helped her with that. OG's lost. She's gone insane. She's already gone. Yeah, she's beyond help at this point. You don't do this kind of maniacal laugh and like, you know. I don't know, Azaka. That little pew pew thing at the beginning with the bombing the like practice things. All right, I'm gonna need you to hit him. Ba ba ba. Shoot the fairies. Ba ba ba. You know, shooting gallery. You got it. There's only like it's literally like star invaders. Yeah, she's got the glove. The ba ba ba. Get him. Oh shoot! It's a bullet hell. Oh shoot! Wait, she got them fancy feet, bro. Start blasting, start blasting. Azaloto, bro. There we go! That's what I'm looking for, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, if it's me, I'm getting ferried, bro. I mean, there's no way I'm dodging all that, right? Draw it? That she's fascinating? Dang! Them fairies got punch power. Damn. Ooh, wow. That's kind of crazy. You've just got the culmination of all the afterward rumor. You don't actually have the events. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We can see something behind her. Homeboy. Yeah, she could get in there. His arm's numb. She, like, cut his nerves of his arm, bro. Or is it? I don't know for sure. What is he gonna say? Oh, you're blind. That's so scary, bro. He targeted well because she's literally the eye person, bro. Azaka, you should have told Shiki about the thing. Right? Oh, oh. Oh, not real? Oh no. What grief? Which one? Oh? Are the fairies not listening anymore? Oh! Oh, it's got a beating heart. You're gonna try to save her? Oh shoot! On the pews, on the pews. That's the goofiest run, but you know what, Azaka? I'm here for it. Lock in, you're good. Oh, the skirt's in the way. Alright. I love this glove thing, bro. The lighting on that is so sick. Wait, where did Ochi go? Oh, she's laying there. She's on the ground. We're good. Reminded me of like an AT field, low key. Yeah, come on. There we go, bro. No, wait, no. Good? Big win. I think we're good. I think we're good. Oh, it's like a tree. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. Bro, I don't need magic. I got kicks. That's right, Azaka. That's right. I think she got hit on her arm, bro. I think she got hit on her shoulder. Yeah, her like shoulder sleeve got cut off. She's good though. She got that dog in her. Oh, Shiki, you won your fight? Did you? You good? Alright, Azaka, you're too much. Okay. What happened to the dude? What happened to Mr. Word? Oh, we're about to find out. Gone. Puppy! Oh, the roommate. Job well done. What do you mean, job well? Oh, to take care of the dog. Okay. I thought that sounded more nefarious after all the nonsense we just dealt with, you know? The Oblivion of memory, bro. What happened to Godo Word? Yeah, I don't think he got killed. I think he got away. Godo. Let me write his name real quick. Oh my goodness, I can't. Go dot. Got it. Yeah, what's Shiki doing? Oh, you get a little alone time. Aw, Shiki. Wait. She regained consciousness? She just did all the work to make sure it wasn't forgotten, and then he just said, it'd be better to forget. Dude, the bus driver's like, "Aight." Bus driver's like, "Aight, okay, I'll leave." Let's walk and get a cafe, bro. Hmm. I need to go back to see what they were saying about Shiki's memory brew. That's the juiciest part, I think, about that situation there. Oh, good shot. Oh, memory. Back to her memory. I do like the memory cuts. They're very fitting for the, because it's all about memory. Close and important to me and my brother. Repeat at the beginning, right? Same intro of the phrasing. A little full circle. She do be asking this a lot. Oh. Oh, she found the moment. She remembered that little bit, right? That she was trying to remember. I think this is it. Or at least the closest thing she'll get, right? I like this OST, I like this track. A dream of the distant past that I shouldn't have remembered. January 1999? That's a fairy tale. Oblivion recording. Oh, that's later than anything we've seen. That's the latest in my chronological timekeeping. It's January 1999. Dang! Okay. Ooh, font change! Memory. Very, very interesting. Singing sweetly and faintly. A little bit of English? Okay. Fairy tale? That's funny. At least we got some Azaka action. We've got no Azaka action until now. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Leaving behind one kiss. Though I'm a little concerned with what exactly she's into. With, you know what I mean? Like when she said she likes taboo, like, you know what I mean? Is she like into Mikia? That's kind of what it was sounding like there. So that's something to definitely, a little love rival. That's a little more literal than just like a sibling, like wanting attention. But I don't know. I'm assuming that's what it is right now. Yeah. The loneliness. I mean, she says Mikia is normal to the max, but Homeboy's really, and she kind of said though that like he was really unique and like he had like an empty loneliness, right? But like, he's a very interesting and unique individual, right? So getting a little bit of his like him being raised, like he was like this when he was a kid too, right? And like his lack of ability to cry, he couldn't because it's special. Did he mean that crying was special and so he couldn't just do it for something like this, But then like when do you cry? Very interesting. Eternity that I dreamed of. Like Tachibara. What I'm gonna do, the way home fades away. I'm a little, Tachibara, so Homegirl regained consciousness. I was a little confused on that. I kind of thought she was dead. That like, because wasn't it that she had killed herself? I'm gonna put her in subtitle browser, and subtitle browser is about to carry my ass to understand this, bro. Trust. I like this Godo word guy. He was kind of Kind of interesting, right? Like, where he just talks to you. I mean, it's so easily counterable as soon as you know the trick. But, I mean, it's really OP if you don't. I mean, that makes sense. Counterable if you know the trick. That's like Magic 101 in this world, right? In this setting. But he just tells you, like, huh, you can't see, and then you go blind. It's kind of troll, but I like it. Like, imagine, bro. You're really itchy. You feel really itchy. Oh no. You know what I mean? Like, that's OP. You're pissing your pants right now. Like, it's over for you. End credit scene? Am I supposed to watch the preview? I don't think I'm supposed to watch the previews. Or am I? I kind of forgot. I don't know. I'll probably not watch a preview, but I'll watch an end credit scene, because there's usually end credit scenes. Azaka as a character? How am I feeling about Azaka? Good question. I don't know. She do be kind of crazy. I'm glad we got more action with her. Her and Shiki, I think, have a... Like, Shiki viewing her as, like, a little sister type beat. That's intriguing. I'm into that, right? So I liked their chemistry together. This is post everything too, right? Because it's January 1999. So that's like a little bit past even the first movie, Overlooking View. Oh, I didn't write down movie 5 in my notes of where I took that place. Okay. End credit scene. Let me shut up. Pink square. There's a pink square. It's me, pink cubed. Shout out. Okay. Who are you? Is he gonna grin? Does he like it or no? Oh, this is the guy he killed. A little flashbacky. Why'd you kill him? Shiki. Is that Shiki? Wait, what? He likes it. Was he trying to prove himself as strong? He's eating him! Oh my goodness! What is going on? Why are you doing that, man? It doesn't look like you're enjoying it. Is he throwing it up? What is happening? This guy's a lunatic. That's not gonna work. You think you're gonna eat an entire human body? Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't this the guy that Soren talked to at the end of the... There was another end credit, right? I'm a little confused. Yeah, that's Soren, isn't it? Okay, it is. Bet. Natural. It would be natural to eat something, right? Okay, it is Soren. Oh, he's on a different psychic wavelength. Bet. Broken. Good line, good line. Break completely. Completely transition out from this wavelength onto the next, bro. Onto the cannibal wavelength. He's like, yeah, bet. Bet. I'm gonna eat this entire body. Yikes. This guy's crazy. So, Soren's gone, though. So is this guy... Is this a flashback? And this guy's gonna be like our next problem, maybe? Or like a future problem? Mr. Cannibal? He ate the entire thing, I think. He's the chower. An hour? It only took an hour. Dude, there's not even enough room in your stomach. Oh no, he's still there. If all you can do is realize your own origin, that's as far as you can go. Goated. Transcendental man. I like it. Just eat people better and you'll... Yeah. He's seeking, like, individuals that will go beyond, you know? that will transcend. This is so crazy. Are you Soren? Bet. Magus. Oh, I don't get to hear it? Oh, man. What? Oh, you're not accepting him? Maybe you are. And then we're not gonna watch the preview. Dang, that was sick, dude. I think this was a flashback, because I think at the end of Hollow Shrine. Yeah, he was the guy from the end of Hollow Shrine. Exactly. When we first saw him, I was kind of thinking that, but I wasn't really sure. And then we heard another guy walk up. I was like, oh, that's got to be Soren. Yeah, it was this guy again. It's the same scene. It's literally the same scene. Magus. It's like slightly different. They like redid it. That's so crazy. Dude, I'm intrigued on this cannibal guy. I mean, because it's like, man, there's something about like, he is super attuned to his origin, which I guess has something to do with cannibalism or like the natural, whatever's going on there. And so to pursue that, like he's killed this guy and he's like chowing on him. And then Arin's like, yo, you're like so attached to this origin of yours that you are separating from the common sense, which is kind of the group consciousness thing in the end of movie 5 that Ayozaki called him out for, if like your name has group consciousness in it, But it's like you are detaching from that, and in that way you are transcending and becoming your own, your own person, or like a unique being, right? And so it's like homeboy's transcending, right? It's like it's like, bro, it's like a cannibal Ubermensch. You know what I mean? The values that you once held, your common sense, are breaking completely, and now a new thing will be born, and that is your transcendence, right? Because you've transcended the common sense. Transcendence, common sense. Oh, it rhymes. Oh my goodness, that means it's gotta be true. He didn't even eat. Did he eat the guy completely? There's blood everywhere. He might have. Maybe I can't tell. Are those just the guy's clothes, or did he eat the entire guy? If you eat the entire guy, that's actually an ability, right? That's like a psychic ability. Oh, this was juicy. Bro, this was juicier to me than I think the movie. Am I wrong for that? This is crazy. I'm intrigued on Cannibal Guy. Cannibal Guy's kind of lit. This is crazy. The origin won't take shape unless you awaken it. You will be a clue to origin. What I'm curious about is this got to be a flashback because Soren's gone. Soren's been dealt with in movie 5. So this has to be a flashback. Or maybe this entire movie was before 5? I don't know exactly when 5 was. I was looking at my notes. I had never written it down. I don't know if I got a freaking date for this. Because we know 6 was after 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Because, like, obviously, right? Because, I'm writing my notes. January 1999. Because movie 1 was late 1998, and it was the latest, and to my understanding was the latest of everything we had seen up to this point. So we were kind of locked in for that. One thing, let me just go to the thing I was first confused about, because I was definitely confused. Oh no, my subtitles got a hold because I went to a different one, so it just got a hold. Subtitle browsers betrayed me. Shit. Okay. I'm just gonna have to do this raw. Because what I'm a little confused about is they said homegirl right here. Did you hear? That she had awakened. I kind of thought she was dead. Maybe I got names confused. Let me just see. Let me just rewatch this scene. I think Shiki's giving homegirl a little bit of space to have Mikia for herself a little bit. That's kind of what this felt like to me. This line here. Tachibana. Tachibana regained consciousness. Who was Tachibana? Remind me. Was it the person that got drugged by the teacher, or was it? It's not Oji, right? Because she would have called it Oji. The dog? Was the dog I'm confused about the dog too. Was the dog literally just there to be a cute dog that was being watched by the roommate, and that was the entire plot of the dog? I'm fine with it because the dog was cute and I was locked into the cute dog, but like, you know what I mean? That's all I got. That's all I pulled out of that. Tachibana? Who the heck is Tachibana, bro? Right here, right here. Right. OG's trying to erase the memory of Tachibana. Okay, so I am confused. Tachibana, how did she regain consciousness? I thought she died. She didn't die? I thought she killed herself. Wasn't she this... Maybe that was like a fake memory or something. But I thought that was the entire point. Maybe they're... And then OG was trying to erase the memory of her being drugged, which led to her suicide. So how did she regain consciousness? You know what I mean? That's where I'm a bit confused. Right? Like this phrasing right here, right? Like we're praying. You know what I mean? And then I think she talks about Tachibana here. If that incident hadn't happened, she would still be by my side. Yeah, that's saying she's dead, right? Or she just like comatose or something. Yeah, talking about Tachibana. She was like a little sister me. She's now gone. She has clumsy how to shorten the stick, but she was very religious and kind. Yeah, okay, so I was right to be confused about that. Okay, bad. I guess maybe she hadn't killed herself. Because and that was kind of one of the points, right, that Azaka was making, is that your memory of these events is not actual what it was, but it's just the culmination of every other student whose memories you like took or whatever, right? That's kind of what I took out of that. So she could have had a flawed understanding that led to her led to her wanting to erase the disgrace, but it was because of a flawed understanding. And that's kind of what Azaka was saying when she was destroying the flower, and that made the flower turn on everyone, right? Or turn on OG. So I think OG was kind of a victim of the flower, low-key, of the magic. Just very, like, kind of low-key. I mean, she ended up a victim at the end because she got jumped, but... Yeah. Okay. So what do you mean she woke up? Or she regained consciousness? Because, yeah, we can see here, it's like, oh, she was actually, she was on someone else's strings, right? She was on the strings of this creature, of this magic. The magic, like, took advantage of her. Really gross flower, by the way. With, like, a beating heart. And the goofy run on the pews while she's just yelling, dude. She's got the craziest running posture here. She's... Like, dude, she's running on, like, a circus ball. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And she just ripped the skirt because it was getting in the way of her running? That doesn't seem like that helped much. Is that just me? You just ripped the side of it. You didn't rip the full bottom part. You just ripped a part of it. She's just like, you know what? F the skirt. Like, what did that exactly accomplish here? I guess it was kind of getting in the way of her running, so she just ripped a chunk out of it. So they could, like, flap better. Yeah. Alright, Azaka, go move. Who's this girl? It's just the roommate, right? Yeah, it's just a roommate and the dog. I don't think I'm supposed to read into that, but I feel like I should. You know what I mean? I'm like... I'm getting thrown off, bro. Okay, and then there was a Shiki's memory talk here. It's all happening because of those girls' issues. You two are looking for your lost memories. This is what I wanted to reread. You can sense your mind hidden in your words. Okay. Do be a word reader. That is my only duty. Okay. In human terms, I'd simply call it killing time. Oh, OG is him killing time. His interactions with OG. It's just he's entertaining himself with OG. So that's his reason for being here is like, LMAO, it sounds fun. I'm trying to exist as a human being, dog, instead of just being machine-like. Okay. And then go back to the Shiki conversation right here. And then, yeah, she says your magic, you got tricked. You're relying on rumors of other things, and then that reveals the like fatty. I mean, look, there's like intestines and stuff in the bottom of this flower. This is like all the fairies' memories are being fed to this plant, and then this plant has grown carnivorous with human memory and is now ready to chow on anyone, bro. It's not, and it's like your power. It's like, bro, like it's not something she built up. It was given to her, so she like lost control of it. Kind of. That makes a lot of sense to me. She done? It kind of looks like his arm was made numb here, right? The way his arm flops here. Yeah, it's like his arm goes numb. So I think she, like, destroyed his connection to his arm, but that's all she managed to really get due to him. Oh, that was cool. Wait, look at that. You can see him twice. You can see a deeper him, like, way back in there. That's crazy. Yeah. She's not even wearing socks. We can't talk if we're gonna kill each other. A wish returns to its owner. Devours its host the moment he remembers and notices it. A wish returns and devours its host once it's remembered and noticed. Okay. I mean, like, you can be possessed by, like, a drive. I mean, that's the closest thing I got to that. But, like, if I, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I really care about something, and then as soon as I realize how much I care about it, then it, like, puppets me. Like, I am now a vessel for that idea. It's a little bit of something, but I don't know if I completely follow. Your Oblivion is in that category. Oh, okay. She's like, damn, you're making me mad. Oh, she got a good hit on him there, I think. Oh, no, but he was an illusion that time. Though you may have forgotten it, I shall replay the grief, because the memory is vividly recorded inside. So he's got memory powers, right? He's got crazy memory powers. I mean, he's able to, like, pull out a memory that she had forgotten and play it. So she just, is she now remembering something that she had forgotten that was attached to her, that was sent to her Oblivion somewhat? That's kind of what I'm thinking here, because OG couldn't do that with Azaka. But it seems like he was maybe able to do that. Not sure exactly what he replayed, though. Yeah, it's like, girl, you're on a puppet. You're being puppeted. The friggin' axe kick or whatever is crazy, by the way, from Azaka. This girl's losing her mind. Huh. Okay, so I'm guessing, I think my read of this situation is the girl didn't actually die. It was just that she like left and or something happened, or maybe she got really injured or something, and it was like just a suicide attempt or something, or like a drug coma or something. I don't freaking know. But she didn't die. But OG thought she died because OG was using the rumors of everyone as her information, and then when that was revealed to OG, she got hoed by the magic, right? But homegirl wasn't actually dead. Is kind of what I'm thinking there. Because I thought we were told that she had killed herself. I'm like, almost, that's what I was thinking the entire time, right? But you know what I mean? I'm feeling like slightly like I got gaslit, you know? Oh, because he was the one saying things too, and he's got the power of words. You know what I mean? So like, he could have thrown us off. I was trying to read what he was typing earlier, too. Language tricking? Tracking? Language tracking? Commensurate language tracking? I don't know. We're here to visit. You're originally from Wales, fairies. Yeah, so he was obviously the magic guy. Makes sense. Huh. And then he looks like Mikia. I guess that was just kind of a coincidence. I'll just take that as a coincidence, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. And then why were we sent here? Were we just, I mean, it was her academy. It was Azaka's academy, right? And then this was like, is that a doll of Shiki? What is that? My story is one of a brave and laudable girl. Alright. Alright, Azaka, you're a wild protagonist. Your energy is so much different than the rest of the cast, but you're also kind of crazy. You're a little bit crazy. Most of the cast is just insane. Most of these people have, like, lost their minds a little bit, man. Like, Azaka is kind of crazy, you know? Huh. Yeah, I'm curious what's the memory... I mean, because I guess one of the... I'm curious what's the memory that she had lost to Oblivion. Shiki had lost to Oblivion. I mean, maybe next movie's going to be about that. A little bit. Because I kind of felt, you know... I was kind of thinking maybe something to do with capital Shiki. Right? Masculine Shiki. Because masculine Shiki was kind of lost to it, like, you know... So maybe some memories to do with that, but I really don't know. Or like the memory of the accident, like I don't think she had lost that, but I mean maybe she has. And that would be a story, that would be grief. That would definitely be grief. But yeah, Azaka managed to get back the thing that she was looking for, her memory. This guy I think is going to be, the cannibal guy I think is going to be our, one of our next like antagonist maybe. I'm kind of into this, bro. Losing your mind and going into feral animal mode. It's like you've gone completely id. I like it. This guy's actually lost it, bro. He's like insane, but like he's like obviously insane. Like bro is cooked. I like the energy, bro. I love feral energy. Yeah, I'll keep chowing, bro. This look. Oh my goodness, bro. Bro finds it scrumptious. Yeah. This was a little bit of this was back to the same energy as the first few for me, kind of. This feels, I feel like, dude, number 5 was different. The energy was completely different for number 5, bro. I feel like it was a completely different type of movie. And I liked this one. This one was good, but like, was number 5 like unique? I'm kind of curious. Was number 5 unique in its development or something? Right? Or like in the people that worked on it maybe, or is it just the story was that much more unique? I mean, it's the longest. This one was about an hour. Each of the other ones have been about an hour, or I think maybe the first one's a bit longer, like an hour 20. No. What's number? Murder Speculation was an hour. Remaining Sense of Pain. Yeah, all of them have been an hour except Paradox Spiral or whatever. And that one was 2 hours long, and it felt so different, you know. Like, we had, like, so many more characters bounce around. Like, because this one was kind of, again, kind of a similar structure where it's like we have a girl that something bad happened to, and psychic stuff got involved, and so we kind of come in and fix it, right? And so, just like the first couple where it's like, I mean, the ones with Shiki and Miki are kind of a little different, but, like, the twist and jump off the roof, this was, like, drug overdose into memory. Like, it kind of feels like one of those. Like, that feels kind of coupled together. So I'm you know what I mean? Yeah, so, I don't know, it just got me thinking that, I guess. I do like the Azaka development, though. I'm glad that Azaka feels like more of a character instead of just, like, the sister. It's like, okay, we actually know who you are now. Toko went to this academy. Kind of interesting information. And Shiki and Azaka, I like the linking there. I like that, the connection there, right? The little sister thing. Shiki seems to be like taking care of animals, wanting to feed animals. We're seeing some like development from her in a way. Her, I think, giving Azaka some time with Miki alone is kind of what I felt off of this scene with the bus a bit. So that where it's like fine, I'll stop taking it for myself type deal. You know what I mean? So that's like Shiki development. Shiki seems to be like growing in interacting with others. So that's kind of good, but yeah, honestly, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for this one. Episode 6 of Garden of Sinners. Would be very interested to hear y'all's thoughts on it, on memory, on what Shiki lost, what it means to lose memory. What are we but our memory? I don't know. Bunch of yammering. But very interesting. On to the next, number 7. Should be exciting. I think number 7 is going to be a long one again. So, I don't know. Maybe the longer ones are where they're at. We'll see. But it should be exciting. On to the next, episode 7. Of course. If you like the video, subscribe. If you are new, blah, blah, blah. Comment below if you have anything to say. Or join the Discord and talk to me or other Garden of Sinners fans there. But until then, until next episode, that's a wrap for tonight. I will be seeing you then.